Oh yeah, now it works. Of course. Oh hey, it's episode 40 of the ToonamiGAF podcast. Hi, I'm Greg
Hello.
Tino. That's C-Kohler.
Hello.
And we are stuck in a shed. That's why it's only us, but nothing will stop us from bringing you ToonamiGAF podcast every week.
That's right.
For some reason. Anyway, so no news. So on to the block immediately. Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super Episode 2, To the Promised Resort. Vegeta takes a family trip? Question mark.
Yeah, this was a weird episode.
like on the title crawl, it was. I think they switched the question mark with an exclamation point, and it's kind of read like, "To the Promised Resort. Vegeta takes a family trip."
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's taking a family trip, and he hates every second of it.
I am still not. I'm completely baffled by what Bulma sees in him. Like he absolutely does not give a crap about the fact that they're married.
I mean,
I can't, unless he's hiding it. It doesn't look like it.
yeah.
I mean, I get it's a joke. I get it's a joke. It's like, see, Vegeta, all he cares about is fighting and beating Goku. But it's like, why is he there? He doesn't care.
It's like, sitting in this kiddie train will make me stronger.
It's so goofy. He wants to be the ultimate number one.
He's like, sitting in the train. Why are you singing? Principal sense. Anyway, so in this episode, Beerus blew up another planet.
Yeah, and he keeps having visions of what looks like Goku.
Turns out it's just like cake or something.
No, I think it's Goku.
It's a Goku-shaped cake.
It's a Goku cake. Well, he did actually say Super Saiyan God. He said that. He's like, I'm looking for a Super Saiyan God.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I know what that is.
I mean, I've heard of it, but it's like, what is it? Oh, it's just another level of power.
Yeah, I think it is.
And the endless levels of power.
The only other thing I learned from this episode is that apparently everything that we're watching is taking place in the 7th universe.
Sure.
That's what they said.
Well, I'd like to see what's going on in the 2958th universe.
Yeah, that's what all those other King Kais are for.
In that universe, Fidel just stays the same.
That sounds like the better universe.
It does. They don't take an industrial sander to her and sand her down until she's like this polished ball.
I will say that I like Beerus and Whis or whatever. Wiz. Yeah, I like them. Like so far, they're like actually kind of entertaining to watch, and their little monologues and dialogues to each other.
It's been a while since I guess. Well, we're in the Boo arc, but it's been a while since they've had a comedic villain.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, it's weird. I mean, he's not like evil. I mean, I guess he's kind of evil because he blows things up, but then like he doesn't he's not doing it because he wants to rule the world or anything. He's just sort of like this guy who does this. So it's kind of cool in a way. It's like he also I kind of wonder too, like if it's just a coincidence or if he's supposed to kind of look like, ancient you know how like not the Aztecs, but
he's Anubis.
Yes, yeah. He looks just like that. I don't know if that's a coincidence or if that was deliberate.
I think it's deliberate. But anyway, that's all that was in this episode. Vegeta hates family trips and Beerus blows up another planet.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was funny to watch Vegeta get pissed off because that's always funny to watch. It's just I can't help but think the whole time it's like he's going on a family vacation. It's like why is he I don't get it. And then like he is
Oh,
such
it was because he promised
oh, that's right.
Trunks something is, and Trunks landed a hit in it, and then he's like, "Fine, I
Yeah.
have to go with you."
Yeah, he has honor. I get that. But then like in the episode, like he's being an ultimate douchebag the whole time, and then Bulma is like, "Oh, he's so sweet." I'm like, no, he's not. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
She must really, really have a crush on him. I don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess
I
that's her
can't think.
type.
Yeah, I guess maybe maybe that's what Bulma actually goes for. But yeah, outside of that, I don't think there was really a whole lot else that happened, just other than, and then introducing the whole like Beerus is now looking for Goku. Oh,
Yeah.
well, they did spend like a little bit of time showing Goku training on King Kai's planet, and then Vegeta went back to the time chamber, or no, not the time chamber, the gravity place,
Yeah.
because he's of course has to constantly be leveling up.
And he will never overcome Goku.
Yeah, although he did say in this episode, which was really surprising, he said, he's like, I admit it, I wasn't as strong as Goku, or something like that. And I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of
Like he
surprising.
admitted that Goku is the strongest Saiyan.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
like, what the fuck?
that is so. I mean, if anything, I guess that's good because it shows he can slightly grow as a character.
Eh. Anyway, let's move on to Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters. Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, episode 100.
Woo.
Just fireworks and fanfare here. A new hero, Great Saiyaman, is born. God, he's such a fucking nerd.
The most memorable quote of the night is, "Transformation call out goes here." That was great.
Yeah, I pretty much nailed it.
And I liked Vidal's reaction. She just has this goofy, like this look on her face of like disbelief. It's like, this is the Saiyaman?
Like, he must have really taken more from the Ginyu Force than we thought.
Yeah. And I liked seeing Vidal like be a hero. And now the thing is, it's not clear to me yet that I don't think she actually is strong. Because she was beating up on those guys on the bus, don't get me wrong. But
Right.
like she wasn't beating them up in like a superhuman way. She was just sort of like beating on them.
Correct.
So I think like maybe she's not super strong.
No.
Okay.
But she's still cooler than Mr. Satan.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if the show is supposed to make me believe if she's super strong or not. It looks like she's just an ordinary girl who just has a lot of moxie and she's just beating on guys, and then everybody else assumes she must be super strong.
And I love the old people. They've seen so much shit, they just don't give a fuck anymore.
They were like thoroughly entertained by all the carnage going on around them.
Yay, we're going on an action trip.
Yeah. The bus is falling off a cliff. This is great.
Well, no, then they were like, oh, wait. Oh. But yeah, Videl kind of fucked that one up. That would have been the end of Videl.
Yeah. No, I mean, what's she going to do? I mean, like, she couldn't anticipate there was going to be a cliff there, and she was fighting those guys. I don't blame her for that.
But there's always a cliff,
I guess. And then I will say, too, that Fight It Out, it's actually starting to grow on me.
Yeah, I hate to say it.
I'm kind of digging it a little as an opening.
Like the super opening, I just can't even. It's like, what is it? What was it? Oh.
I like the sound of the super opening, like the way it's sung. I like that. I think that's a good song. The Fight It Out, I don't think is as good a song as the super, but it's like more like hype. It's more like a hypey song. It's like, oh yeah, this is Fight It Out. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, and what did you think of like all of like the real 80s music in this episode? Like the background.
I didn't notice it.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't help but notice it. It is like pulled straight out of like the 80s.
I did notice something when they were doing the recap of her like following Gohan before he goes like jumps up to that building. It's like he runs across the screen, then she just comes across like swiggity swoogity.
Yeah, I saw that. she had really long strides.
Yeah, just kind of like low to the ground, but like also long strides.
Right.
It's like
I need
swiggity swoogity. I'm coming for that booty.
I need a screenshot of that.
You should find it. I mean,
Yeah.
if the episode should be up on Adult Swim.
That's true. One other thing that they mentioned in this episode, which was mildly interesting to me, is that Goten was born in the months after the Cell defeat.
So basically, you know,
Yeah, they got it on.
yeah,
Right
right before Cell. No, right before Cell.
Right before Cell, you think?
Because he's dead after Cell.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Okay, I got what you're saying.
Like when he's just chilling out and doing nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Remember when they went fishing?
Yeah.
That's probably when it happened.
Like Team 4-Star basically took that whole segment and just kind of turned it into he does nothing but have they do nothing but that.
I gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so that's where Goten shows up. And yeah, whatever. Goten's Goten. I mean, I'm assuming in Dragon Ball Z Kai that Goten is going to judging by the opening, he's going to fight and power up. And so I'm kind of interested to see that.
Yeah, we'll see some pretty Dragon Ball Z ass Dragon Ball Z, I gotta say. Yeah. Just from what I know. And I'm just enjoying the Saiyaman stuff while it happens because it's so much better.
Well, that's my question is like how much I wonder how much more of Saiyaman stuff there'll be.
I do not know.
I mean, because this is still Kai, and I assume they still cut things. So wouldn't everything just be a little shorter? And then like the Saiyaman stuff, like if I don't know how many episodes it used to be, but I'm assuming it's not going to be that much longer. Because I mean, how much can you really do with Saiyaman really as a story? I don't know. Yeah, he's kind of a joke.
I mean, you could just have Gohan be the main character from now on. But no.
Yeah. Oh wait, we haven't even seen Goku, have we?
We have seen.
In Kai?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, he hasn't shown up again.
He's straight up just gone.
Interesting. I'm sure he will, of course, obviously, but it's interesting that we have not seen him once in Kai final chapters. So,
anyway, on to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, episode 12, The Pillar Man. Oh man, I love JoJo. So, man, this was a body horror episode.
Yeah, it was weird.
So, like, they turn away for like 5 seconds, and he's just like, shirp, into the vent.
Yeah, he's like, he's not even just bending his body, he's disconnecting all the bones in his body.
Like he doesn't have bones.
Yeah.
He's a taffy man. He's Gumby. Vampire Gumby.
Yeah, I'm not I mean, obviously I think it's too soon for me to know what's happening here. But I am legit what the hell is happening here? This is weird. They've got this guy, they call him Saviento, which was changed from Santana. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Santiago, and so when Speedwagon sees him, he goes, "I recognize that look." And I'm like, I guess he's talking about Dio, I guess.
Something like that.
But it's not Dio, I don't think, because he doesn't look like him, and he doesn't talk like him, so I don't know what's going on. It's weird. And then he's got finger bullets.
Yeah. He's just shooting bullets out of his body.
And let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't help it. You got to mention JoJo's awesome disguise.
Oh my god. You know, the best thing about that is that he actually thought it would work. he's like when it fails, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like sometimes he's really smart where he can predict everything someone's going to say, and other times he does this kind of stuff where it's like, you look terrible, dude. That's not gonna fool anyone. He's running up to these two Nazis with designs that just say, "We are the dumbest idiots on the planet," and even they're just like,
Are you serious?
Yeah. I do like this, they're still giving, even though he's kind of strapped to a chair, of course, we got Speedwagon still there kind of doing Speedwagon-y things, which is great.
Yeah.
What happened at the end with the Nazi bad guy? Is he still, did he get attacked? I can't remember.
Which Nazi bad guy?
The one with the guile haircut.
He's still there. He's still good.
Okay, I couldn't remember. There was a lot that happened in the last 5 minutes of that episode where lots of people were dying.
Joseph's just like, here!
That was because that's right. Because then he came in as a different disguise. He was dressed up like a Nazi.
Yeah.
And then revealed himself. And
it's like, why didn't you just do that first?
Yeah.
And then and then Agent 47's walking around somewhere. It's like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. I mean, it was a good episode because it was just lots of stuff is happening. And it's like, what is going on? This is crazy.
Oh man, the Pillar Man.
Yeah. Santana.
Man, part 2.
I like the comedy. There's more comedy in this one than in the first part. I think that's the difference I'm noticing.
Oh yeah, and you left that guy tied to a cactus.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't have time to mess around with that guy.
He's like, man, I got old people to save.
So he just left the kid, I guess, back in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smokey's not cut out for the stuff that's coming.
I gotcha. And I did notice that they updated the end now this week with the more characters in it.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Oh man, somebody's hungry.
It's me. Sorry.
I could hear that.
Yeah, I know. I'm after we get done recording here, I'm going to eat dinner.
Oh man. Okay. Well, then let's blast through all of these because, yeah. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Joseph has some weird stuff going on, and Pillar Man's weird.
Pillar Man is weird,
and he just shoves that guy into him.
Yeah. I did like the whole he's a monster. He doesn't understand anything. He's like an ape. And then he started talking.
And then Stroheim's just like, fuck!
Yeah.
But no, the Pillar Man just straight up the Thing.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it.
Anyway, let's move on to Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn RE0096 Episode 2, First Blood. Okay, so he's walking around with a girl, and she's like, I don't know what ice cream or eating while walking is.
Oh, well, somebody in the thread said that they thought that was a Japanese thing. That and that made sense to me. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but they said that that's not polite to do in Japan. You don't walk and eat at the same time.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a weeboo.
Well, she was blushing when she was doing it, so I'm assuming it was a kind of cultural faux pas or something. And then the guy is kind of yeah, whatever, who cares?
And then they kind of run for some people whose motivations are kind of up in the air, and we don't really know why they're chasing after them. And they get away, and they get to this mansion, and then this guy is like, blah 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 blah. And then there's a fight between people I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
Right. So I wrote down a bunch of things. I actually made an effort to write notes so that I could try to understand this. So here's what I have. And then mostly it's just names because I'm trying to figure out who's who. So Marida is the redhead.
Yes.
Marida, I think. I don't know how to say her name right. She's
the chili ice queen.
Yeah, the one that was in the hat that kind of does the little hat dip when she's hiding and
it's okay, guys, stay under the radar. Cool. Drive off in the Lambo.
Right. And then, okay, so then we've got the main girl whose name's Audrey, and she has green eyes and blonde hair. Then the main guy has this weird name named Banager. Yeah, I have to say it 3 times before it clicks with me. It's such a weird name. Banager. Okay, so he's kind of he's the every kid. But then he's also what they call a new type, which is a kind of evolved human or something.
Space telepath.
Yeah, or like somebody else said it was like, it means that they're great pilots.
Okay.
Make great pilots. I'm like, okay. I've heard of new type before because of the magazine. Okay, and so here's some other things that were in that. So there's some group called the Sleeves.
I have no fucking idea what they are.
I mean, I don't know who the Sleeves are. I mean,
I
they
don't
were
know
mentioned, but I don't know. And then there is,
anything.
yeah, right. And so
I'm assuming that Merida and her people are the Sleeves.
Yeah, that might be what it is. But then get this. There's another group, and they're called Full Frontal. What a dumb name. Full Frontal, but that's their name. And so I don't know who Full Frontal is.
We're gonna have to find the Shard's gonna seek out the Gundam random name generator and just smash it.
Well, here's the thing: you can't go on Google and type Full Frontal and hope to find out who this is because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get.
You gotta go to the Gundam wiki first.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
you
type Full Frontal.
Yeah, that's the only way. Okay, and then there's another character whose name is Cartia Vist. And this is the kind of stoic guy that they meet in that mansion, who I guess owns the mansion.
Who is definitely not Benadra's dad.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, I thought that was what the first episode was talking about. Maybe, I don't know. Jeez.
I don't know.
Who knows?
If so, you picked up on something I didn't. I didn't get that. I just thought. Well, only the thing I know is that he represents something called the Foundation.
The Vist Foundation.
The Vist Foundation, and that he's also the school chairman of the school that Benazir goes to.
And he also has LeBlanc's box, which has a thing. It does a thing, and everybody.
Well, they called it the Placist box, I think, and they said it will. If they said whoever has the box can overthrow the Federation, but they don't
we'll just call it the Everybody Wants It box.
Yeah, it's the whatever, the Maltese Falcon of the series. Everybody wants it. So the Placist box is the thing they're after. Oh, and then like in the episode, he's like, "I'm not going to give you the box, but I'll give you the key to the box." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what the hell? What's that do? I don't get it."
The box is the sun.
Maybe. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
It's like, how do I open this key? You got to go down to the surface of the sun and find the keyhole. What?
So, with all that said, though, I still find this show more entertaining to watch than IBO because interspersed with all of that stuff, there is like action going on in the background. So it's not just on a whole episode of just talking. They'll have there's some battles going on too.
Right, but in this case, the action just served to confuse me more about what was going on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these people are fighting. I don't know who is fighting who or why.
I did like the moment when Marida kind of turned down Benazir and is like, just leave. And I was like, damn, that's cold.
Was that Audrey?
I'm sorry, Audrey. Yeah, Audrey. Yeah, she's like, you should just go.
Like, go away.
Yeah, she seems like a pretty cool character to me so far. She's kind of like the smarter than her age kind of young woman who's like the kind of sort of leader of a group of rebels or something.
So she's Cadelia.
Kind of, but like a cooler version of Cadelia, not one that's afraid all the time. One that's actually like willing to stand up and do shit. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I mean, who knows where this is going? We're only 2/3 of the way through the first episode.
Right. We probably got more explanations that are going to come this week.
I'm sure it'll all make sense, but probably not.
Right.
Oh, boy. I wonder how it's going to do in ratings, considering, I don't know if you can just throw out a random Universal Century show and have people watch it.
I don't know.
Because I don't think Gundam Wing was that a Universal Century show?
I have no idea.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some research right now, because
I mean, the thing is like, I don't know if people watch this show would be like, I can't into Gundam, or if they just watch it and they're just like, what's this? I don't know. Because that's where I'm coming from. I'm like, I have heard of Gundam, but I've not watched any of it.
So, Universal Century Gundam animated works. There is Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, Mobile Suit Gundam MS Igloo, Mobile Suit Gundam, then the 8th MS Team, 800 War in the Pocket, Thunderbolt, Gundam the Ride?
That doesn't sound like a show.
0083, Stardust Memory, Zeta Gundam, Neo Experience Green Divers. I don't know what that is. Gundam ZZ, Gundam Charge Counterattack, Gundam Unicorn, F91, Victory Gundam, and G Savior. So I guess the answer is no. Gundam Wing is not
So it's something else.
Universal
Okay.
Century. So now I'm interested in which Toonami Gundam shows they aired were in the Universal Century. Now I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is like, to me, is like, if you can tell the story without needing to know about that stuff, then that's fine. And I just can't tell yet if that's necessary homework you need to do, or if this show's going to carry itself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't if it's like, hey, you better watch all these other shows. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not going to do that, but I would be like, I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to make more sense soon because of like, we're just sort of, again, that's why I wrote down all these names. It's like, okay, I know that at some point in the next episode or the next 2 episodes, we're going to hear about the sleeves again, and we're going to hear about full frontal again. And I'm like, I just need to like make sure I can remember what the hell that is, so that when they talk about it, I'm going to know.
yeah. It's like when Itaka was like, hey, we're the sleeves. It's like, what do you do? We're the sleeves.
Yeah, it's like,
We put
well,
sleeves.
they're like an offshoot of Revox.
I think you just broke open Gundam. But anyway, we don't really know what's going on. So
Not really.
Hunter episode. Oh wait, sorry, Hunter episode 34, Power to Avenge. Well, that one guy wussed out,
Yes.
and then Gon broke that one guy's one leg, and he's just like, nope, fuck this shit. And then, Monster Truck Wheelchair Man is the only one who had the balls to get fucked up by both.
Yeah. I like at the beginning of the episode, Killa was going around and he's like, I'm going to be watching you even when you're taking a crap.
He can't say shit.
Yeah.
Because he's not old enough. But no, Gon just, picked up that tile with a fishing rod.
Yeah, that's like his signature move now. It's like pick up tiles. He does it twice.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, first time he uses his fishing rod, and then the second time he just uses his hands.
And just throws the floor tile at the guy.
Yeah.
It's like, dodge this bitch!
The guy does a move, and it's called Shotgun Blues, and I'm like, what a dumb name.
And then the wheelchair guy pulls out his little whips, and he's just like...
Yeah.
It's like he's not even waving them around. It's just like, okay, blur effect on the arms, go!
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's good about it, though, is that, like, Gon is at least clever. Like, he's not, like, stupid, like, Naruto protagonist, where he, like, is just strong, but he doesn't have any kind of concept of tactics. Seems like Gon can come up with his own tactics.
Like, Naruto eventually learns how to fake a shadow clone, and that's it.
Well, yeah, but he just uses a move. But, like, he never knows enough to, like, sneak up on someone or, like, trick them. It doesn't seem. But whereas Gon is like, oh, no, I've got an idea. I'll use the floor against them, and that's like, I didn't see that coming. So as a viewer, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty clever. But they were just throwing out move names a lot. I mean, I think must be a Hunter x Hunter thing. They just love throwing out, like, this is the name of my move, and this is the name of my move.
Yeah, everything has to be a move. And it's gotta have the kill splash screen.
Yeah.
Rapid arm flailing snake to electricity! On the screen.
Right. Pretty fine episode. I mean, I wasn't like blown away by it or anything. It was just like seemed like necessary because, like, yeah, of course these scrubs were going to get defeated. I just knew it. I talked about it last week. sure they were going to get defeated eventually, and here they're defeated already. So now we can move on.
I mean,
Oh,
the second you see him, it's like, hey, look, incredibly obvious jobber guys.
yeah. The good news, though, is that then at the end of the episode, Hisoka walks up and he's like, "All right, I'll let you fight me now."
Okay, we can move on with the plot now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Pretty much.
We did get to see Killua making that guy melt again.
Yeah, they re-showed that scene again. Yeah.
Like he made that guy sweat so hard he looked like he was melting. That's so cool.
And then he like leaves. He's like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah. Bitch, if you fuck up.
And then he calls his friends, and he's like, "This guy will kill you instantly. You should leave." And then those idiots are like, we can take him."
We can take him. Oh god, no.
And that's when he showed up in the room, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Man. Well, that was Hunter x Hunter. Naruto Shippuden. Naruto Shippuden episode 141, Truth. And so it all goes wrong.
All right,
horribly wrong.
So here's my take on this as somebody who didn't know what was happening. All right, so it's weird. It feels like a retcon that was deliberate.
Yes.
Like it feels almost like somebody had come in and go, no, we need to change the story so that it really meant this. But then when I think about it, I'm thinking, I think that's what he wanted to do, like the original author. So it's like the author was planning to retcon his own stuff. It's very weird.
I mean, somebody put it in a great way where he says that, Naruto, all the fights end in a shadow clone, and then sometimes entire plots are also shadow clones.
Yes, and that's a good way.
It's like they just go poof, and it's like, actually, the real plot was over here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like the problem is that they didn't do anything to let the audience in. So that's why it feels like a retcon. It's like there wasn't ever a wink or any kind of like moment that we saw where we're like, oh, wait a minute, maybe Itachi's doing something different here.
Well, some people were like, yeah, I kind of guessed that because he never killed anyone. But it's like, you may be kind of going backwards and being like, of course I knew.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he killed lots of people, didn't he? He killed the whole clan.
We actually, now that I think about it, after that, he never kills anyone on screen.
No, I guess that's true. But I mean, like, I don't know. The thing is, okay, and everybody at the end of the episode on the thread was all pissed off because Sasuke is like, okay, well now my mission now, or by the way, he changed the name of his team from Hebi to Taka.
I was like, okay, now you're a bird.
Yeah, Taka, whatever. So he says, now the mission of Taka is to destroy the Hidden Leaf. And everybody in the thread was like, why are you doing this? Like, you idiot. And actually, I kind of want to, this is a really light defense here, but I kind of think this is what they're going for, is that because the Hidden Leaf used Itachi to do their dirty work, that's why Sasuke doesn't like the leaf now.
But you see, the problem with that is that it's kind of like okay, so your brother Itachi killed your entire clan for the sake of the village, but he couldn't kill you because he loved you too much. And then it's like, okay, well, then Sasuke's like, okay, I'm going to destroy the Leaf Village, like the whole thing. And it's like, okay, so why would you do that? Why would you care? Like either you accept that Itachi was a great guy, and then you immediately do something that completely is counter to whatever he was trying to achieve, and it's like I'm gonna destroy the Leaf Village, and off screen Itachi's like, wait, no, what? No. Or you're like, well, he was still an asshole, but I'm gonna destroy the village anyway, for some reason.
Well, does it make sense what I'm saying? Because I feel like it kind of still makes sense because like what I'm saying is that like it's like Sasuke saying that Itachi got duped, and so he's mad about the Leaf Village duping him.
Well, Itachi didn't get duped in any way.
But was he forced to do that?
by the Leaf Village? Was he forced to kill his own people?
I mean, they told him to do so, and he did. I mean, I don't know what forced means because he always was a village before family guy.
Yeah. So I guess
he was basically like, yeah, we are kind of assholes.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm with you then. It does seem like there's no reason for Sasuke to really be mad at the Leaf Village outside of the fact that the Leaf Village made Itachi or requested. Let's put it that way. Requested that Itachi.
Well, there is a reason. Well, the thing is, there is a reason. You know, he could be mad, like they used his brother to destroy his entire family, but that would. But it's kind of like, okay, you can either accept that your brother was a good person, or you can't be like, I'm doing everything for Itachi and also destroy the Leaf Village. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I love you, brother. Now let me piss on your legacy.
Yeah, okay, that's the part. Yeah, that's the part I agree with you with, because it's like, yes, he would be undoing what Itachi did. I get that.
Like, if he wanted to go after like the elders and Danzo, it's like, okay, sure,
right.
I'm going to destroy the whole thing, and it's like, this is ultimately this is a contrived way to keep him in the semi-villain role.
Right, because like the women and children of the Leaf Village are not responsible for what happened with Itachi.
It's like Kishimoto wrote it out and was like, "Oh fuck! Now he has no reason to be a rival anymore."
Yeah,
I better give him one again, quick.
I mean, I feel like it comes from revenge. Like Sasuke wants revenge on the Leaf Village for having put Itachi in that position, but the Leaf Village, the place, and all the people in it aren't all responsible for what happened.
I mean, he basically just turns pure villain now.
Yeah, that's kind of over the top reaction there.
Also, they deserved it.
I mean, let me put it this: the only thing that I took away from this whole episode that was, I guess, I don't know if good, but just interesting to me, was the idea that like the people who we were told to be the good guys were doing shady stuff.
Welcome to ninjas.
I guess so. Yeah, but we've never seen like and then they throw in the line in the episode where it's like the first Hokage or whatever was like, don't really do this. Let's try to talk it out, you know.
Well, the third Hokage
or third, whatever.
I mean, it's we actually don't see any of the people we've been seeing so far like in on this plot, because it's like they give the Hokage an out because he was like, let's not do this. Come on, guys. Then he gets overruled by all these. He's like, also the politics of the Leaf Village make no sense.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I'm the Hokage. I'm the leader of the village. And then these old people like, we're old people and we tell you what to do. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, so now I guess at the end of the day, all that matters is now that the perfect team and Sasuke are going to be the Hidden Leaf nemesis, I guess.
Or something. Anyway,
or something.
Because, it's basically like, oh man, he beat Itachi, so now what does he want? Fuck.
Yeah.
What do I do with this character?
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, and it's like I don't. It's almost like he thought that the whole twist was like really like clever, but twists only work when like it's plausible or something, and actually maybe not. I don't know, but it's just like the whole thing didn't feel like a twist to me. It felt like a retcon. It felt like he decided to change his mind about what was happening.
Yeah, it's like, Itachi's been a bad guy this whole time, but actually he was a good guy.
Yeah, and it's like, and then everybody in the thread made a good point, although I conceded it because I felt like, okay, it's just a show. But they're like, he has no reason to believe anything that what's his face is saying.
It's like, I instantly believe you, creepy masked man who my brother tried to kill with a trap he implanted in my body.
Yeah, and for the record, I mean, like, to be fair, throughout the episode, Sasuke is going, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, but then eventually believes him.
Yeah, it's like, I don't believe you, but also I believe you. I'm going to destroy the Leaf Village.
And yeah,
hurdy, 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 hurdy.
it ends up being like he's like, "Oh, you want the ultimate proof that I'm telling the truth? Well, then why are you alive?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe he's just good. Maybe he can fight his brother. Maybe the brother just wasn't good enough to defeat him." Duh.
Yeah. It's like, you really thought you could beat Itachi? And he's like, well, I kind of did.
Yeah, I don't know, but no. See, we were misled. See, that's the problem. Is that you're misleading the audience. It's like that just doesn't make sense. You can't be like have Sasuke win a fight and then go, oh well, you didn't really win. He just let you.
Well, they kind of X'd it out because, Sasuke kind of gets never really. Itachi just kind of dies.
Right, but I mean, still.
His dramatic anime death disease runs out. He's run out of time.
But the whole like, what's this? God, what's the masked guy's name?
Toby or Madara or
Madara.
Whatever.
Whatever, yeah, Madara. So
We'll just go with Toby.
I like Toby better because I like just being reminded of his stupid voice. But so Toby,
Like the fact that he can go from "Hey guys, I'm Toby" to "Hello, I am very good. I am very suave villain man."
yeah. So Toby is like saying like stuff like, oh no, so you can't defeat Itachi. Like that's just not possible. And just it feels like such a cop out because it's like, I mean, he never once says like, well, you did pretty good. Like you did do a lot of damage to Itachi. He never says that, which as we as viewers saw happen. We're like, he got hurt. Itachi wasn't like smiling at the end of this. He wasn't like unscathed. So like
Well, he was smiling.
well, he was smiling, but he wasn't like unscathed. He was he was close to defeat. And so like Toby can't be like, oh, he was just toying with you. He could have killed you at any time. I'm like, bullshit. That's
also,
what makes
Toby's like, I helped him kill your entire clan. He's like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah, that was stupid too.
In fact, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So what do you?
It's
so
clear,
your whole. Go ahead.
It's a contrived. He wrote himself into a corner, and he didn't want Sasuke to stop being the villain rival yet, and so he had to write a reason for him to continue being the villain rival.
I guess it's dumb if that's the case. So what is the big reveal then? What is the thing that you guys are so caught up about? I mean,
it's the fact that Sasuke goes villain.
It's just that he goes villain. Okay.
Like we also are kind of working on this, knowing what happens after. In which case, which his Sasuke becomes extra super insufferable.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh boy, you can all try and get back to this.
This is the moment he turned bad and then becomes annoying, I guess.
This is the reason why he will be a worst character nomination this year.
Okay.
Like, as before, he wasn't that bad, but now he will be that bad.
The thing that made me smile at the end of this episode, though, is when he's standing on that cliffside and he talks about his new mission to destroy the Heath of it, and then the show like makes an effort to cut to all the other members of the perfect team. And I'm like, these goofballs.
And it's like, we're going to destroy the Leaf Village. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, oh, we got Shark Guy. We got you know.
Oh man, the Leaf Village is really quaking in their boots at the thought that Android 16, Slippery When Wet, and Teenage Girl are coming for him.
Yeah, exactly. But you know
but
what?
also, not only does after this Sasuke become extra insufferable, but the entire plot, again, in addition to that, the entire plot line of Naruto trying to bring back Sasuke just becomes extra stupid. Because like he's a bad guy now.
Yeah, that's true. Like, oh, what are they going to do? Try to, like, do they ever figure? Well, I guess I don't want to know. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I see what you're saying though. It's like, yeah, Sasuke is like, oh, I don't know. You know what I've heard though is I've heard that like in Boruto, that people like Sasuke. Like he's like a cool character in that.
Well, sure.
But and if that means that like, you know, I guess at some point he gets redeemed or something. But I guess the point is that I just don't like. I don't see what people's like outside of the fact that he's talented. I don't get what is and that he's brooding. I don't get what's so appealing about Sasuke.
The author likes writing him.
Yeah.
Or drawing him.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Really, really, he really likes it. A lot.
I love that picture.
Anyway, let's move on to One Piece. One Piece episode 375, not out of danger yet, of course. Orders to annihilate the Straw Hat crew, in which case they spend the first half of the episode melting and then not melting, and the second half of the episode kind of losing their shit.
Yeah.
It's
We
like
got-
second half of the episode, oh guys, Kuma's here, he's really gonna fuck us up. And Kuma's
Yeah.
like, I'm really gonna fuck you up. And they're like, oh boy, Kuma's really gonna fuck us up. And he's like, I'm really gonna fuck you up. And they're like, man, he's fucking us up.
Yeah, next episode's pretty cool. Although I mean, I say that a lot, I know, but yeah. I mean, we get to the beginning episode. It did feature another the return of the old man with serious injuries, which I thought was pretty funny, and then even Usopp being like, "Why can't you just be a zombie?" That old joke.
Oh yeah, and everyone got their shadows back,
Yeah.
including person who ended up becoming Sindri and a whole bunch of other people we don't know and don't care about.
I liked that scene. I mean, I know it's kind of just pointless, but I like that scene of the maid or whatever getting her shadow back, and that was kind of nice
Yeah.
to see. Little tail end to that little side story. And then we did, unfortunately, though, saw some other characters make a return briefly. Dr. Hogback and voted worst character of the year.
Absalom was that
Ugh.
one.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Hogback's okay.
I agree. Hogback was funny. He was like, I forget what he said in this episode, but he's like, Absalom's like, what happened? And then Hogback says something like, how the hell should I know what happened to you? Or something. And it was funny.
I'm sure you got destroyed in some embarrassing manner.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm like, yeah, you tell him. I could listen to Hogback all the time. He's got a funny voice. I like it.
Yeah, and so they go off, and Absalom becomes an investigative journalist because he can turn invisible.
This is true. Now that's a spoiler, but it doesn't matter because they never really truly show up again.
And also because fucking who cares? It's Absalom.
But I mean, if anyone cares to know, those two do leave the island, but they are never really in the story ever again. But they are like kind of side mentioned once or something. It's kind of pointless. Anyway, so those two are gone, thankfully. The other thing I noticed is somebody was mentioning in the thread that they like the sound that Kuba makes when he teleports.
He's like,
he uses pop-up power. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, what does that sound like? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those pop-o-matic bubbles you get on those board games. You know, the one where you push the little bubble and the dice roll inside?
Yeah.
That's the sound he has, I think.
He just bloops all over the place.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop, burp. And they did mention his power for the first time in this episode, the Paw-Paw.
Well, no. They're confusing them mentioning it in this episode with it being in the name of the next episode.
Oh, that's right. Did I see that in the
Toei.
Yeah, Toei. Okay. Anyway, obviously, but they did show it. Like when you hit those guys, and you see like an impression of a paw on them when they got knocked back.
And of course, interestingly, it just goes right through them. He doesn't even have to physically touch them.
Right. Yeah.
So I wonder what he could be doing.
Yeah. His power is kind of weird, and
his power is. I love his power.
It's a cool power.
It's weird that it's weird with the paw thing, but then you're like, hey, I can do some stand bullshit with this.
Yeah. The true power of that's too bad Seda isn't on the show anymore because I'd love to pick his brain, but like it's weird because what does it have to do with a bear paw? Nothing, as I can tell. It's just that's his thing. But the power itself and how he uses it is very interesting and clever, and it enables him to do all the weird things he's doing.
So, there you go. Also, Lola got rejected by like 5 people at once.
Yeah.
He was like, will any of you marry me? No.
And then they go on and they are having a conversation, and she's in the background like, how about you? Come on, you know you want to.
Come on!
Yeah.
For some reason, I mean, I say it again, Warthog Lola is the worst, but this Lola is pretty chill.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll see a little bit more of her because as we saw in one of like the lineup promo, I mean, she's around for like, you know,
The rest of the arc.
Yeah, yeah.
And spoiler alert, there will be festivities because Kuma doesn't kill them all.
Right, obviously. Well, that's kind of goes without saying. The
It's
Straw
like,
Hats
hey,
have not died, technically.
Kuma killed them all, and that's the end of the show, folks.
Right. Everybody was like, last week they died. Remember when they were all like melting? And as far as that goes, I don't mind that explanation that like once their shadows reattached to them, it formed their bodies back. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to know how these shadow powers work? Why not?
I mean,
You
hey,
know?
words can transform into a ball, and so a shadow can reconstitute an entire upper half of the body, including spine, heart, lungs, and brain.
Yeah, I guess.
Why
Whatever.
not?
Yeah, it's kind of like you just need that picture of Dungeon Master from the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon going, "I don't give a fuck, it's magic" or whatever he says. Oh,
It's magic. I don't have to explain shit.
That's it. Yeah, that's basically it.
So yeah, tune in next week for Zoro versus Kuma,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
which is cool.
It's a neat episode.
But anyway, that's all for us tonight, I guess.
Yep. The only I guess it's worth an honorable mention to mention they did have a game review this week.
Yeah. Man, The Last Guardian is another way to masterpiece. 8 out of 10.
That's so weird. Why would they give it an 8 if it's a masterpiece?
I don't. Ugh.
It's isn't that the old long-running joke though? Is like every game that they review is an 8.
Last of Us got a 10. Inside got a 9.
Okay.
So.
I guess it's possible.
Yeah. It's just hilarious that they're like, it's a masterpiece. 8.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's like, we've never given a game a 9. No game deserves a 10 and certainly doesn't deserve a 9.
But yeah, I think that's it. That's all that happened this week. It was a pretty good week, I think, overall.
Yep, it was. And man, I can't wait for JoJo next. Well, I can't wait for JoJo every week, but jeez, I just continue to not be able to wait for JoJo going forward.
Yeah, I am as a new viewer. I continue to be entertained by JoJo. I'm not like blown away by it. Like I'm not like Gurren Lagann eyes melting and super hype. I'm just sort of like, this show is weird and fun, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So anyway, that'll be all for us for this week. See you next week. Bye. Say bye.
Oh, bye.